There is a creature in the ocean that breaks every rule of survival. A creature with no bones, no jaws, barely any eyes, yet it has survived for more than 300 million years. Most animals evolve, change, or disappear, but this one stayed exactly the same. As if evolution looked at it and said, perfect. Don't touch this one. This is the hagfish, and its existence is one of the strangest mysteries of the deep. The ocean floor is a place where almost nothing should survive. There is no light, there is crushing pressure, there is cold that freezes anything unprepared. If life exists here, it must be strong, fast, armored, or deadly, but the hagfish is none of those things. Its body is soft and floppy, its skin hangs loose, it has no real bones. Its skull is barely a skull, and its eyes are so simple they can hardly see anything. By all logic, this animal should be easy prey, the kind of creature predators would wipe out instantly, yet the hagfish has outlived species that were far stronger, far faster, far more advanced. Sharks came and went, marine reptiles ruled the seas and vanished, entire ecosystems changed, but the hagfish stayed. How? Because it evolved in a direction no other animal dared to go. The hagfish doesn't chase, it doesn't fight, it doesn't compete. Instead, it waits for the ocean to deliver exactly what it needs. Whenever a fish dies, when a giant whale collapses, when a creature sinks into the darkness, the hagfish knows. Its tiny whisker-like sensors detect the scent of decay with incredible accuracy. While other animals hunt the living, the hagfish heads for the dead. It reaches carcasses first. It slips into tiny openings. It begins to feed long before anything else even realizes there is food nearby. The hagfish is not a predator. It is the ocean's cleanup crew, recycling the dead and preventing the deep sea from becoming a graveyard of untouched bodies. But this life comes with danger. A slow, soft, jawless animal is the perfect target for predators, sharks, large fish, anything hungry and fast. So the question becomes, if the hagfish is so vulnerable, why hasn't anything wiped it out? Because when something tries, the hagfish unveils one of the most shocking and unbelievable defense mechanisms in the entire animal kingdom. A weapon so unexpected that even a fully grown shark can't survive. When a predator attacks a hagfish, it doesn't just fight back. It releases a biological weapon that can choke the attacker from the inside. Every predator in the ocean depends on one simple rule: if you can bite it, you can kill it. But the hagfish is the only creature in the world that completely destroys that rule, because the moment a predator sinks its teeth into a hagfish, something happens that looks impossible, something that scientists describe as the most extreme biological defense ever recorded. This creature releases slime, but not the kind you're imagining. The hagfish produces a substance that transforms instantly when it touches seawater. From tiny droplets, it expands into a thick, stringy, suffocating cloud that fills the water around it in seconds. The slime is not just mucus. It's a dense network of microscopic fibers, long, stretchy threads that can trap entire volumes of water inside them. A single hagfish can turn a bucket of water into a bucket of gelatin within moments. Now, imagine what happens inside the mouth of a predator. A shark bites down, expecting soft flesh. Instead, its mouth is suddenly overflowing with a growing mass of fibers. The slime floods between its teeth. It pushes into its throat. It clogs the gill slits where the shark breathes. The shark tries to force water past its gills, but the slime thickens even more. The predator isn't just inconvenienced, it's suffocating. For the hagfish, this is the perfect escape. It doesn't need strength. It doesn't need speed. It only needs time, just a few seconds, to slip away while the predator struggles to breathe. And here's the unbelievable part: the hagfish produces so much slime, so fast, that even submarines have had their intake pipes blocked by it during experiments. But this incredible weapon creates a new problem: where the hagfish can drown in its own slime, yet evolution has given it another strange solution. When the hagfish becomes covered in its own sticky fibers, it ties itself into a knot. It slides that not along its body like someone squeezing toothpaste from a tube. The motion scrapes the slime off and launches it away. This knotting behavior does even more: it helps the hagfish pull chunks of food from carcasses, and gives it leverage despite having no bones. Every part of the hagfish's body works together to perform a strategy no other animal uses: make attackers choke, then slip away before they recover. The slime is not just a defense. It is the core of the hagfish's survival, so powerful that even the most feared predators of the ocean retreat the moment they taste it. But this raises a disturbing question: not if the hagfish has no jaws, no real teeth, almost no eyes, and it survives by feeding on carcasses, then how does it actually eat? How does a jawless animal tear flesh from the inside of a dead creature? The method is so unusual that when researchers first filmed it, they refused to believe what they had recorded. You'll see how the hagfish eats, and why its feeding behavior is considered one of the strangest and most shocking in the entire animal kingdom. The hagfish has no jaws, no true teeth, no bones, and yet it feeds in a way that is almost unbelievable. It is a creature that turns death into a feast. but not in the way you would expect. When a dead or dying animal sinks to the ocean floor, the hagfish is already on its way. Its sensory barbels detect the faintest traces of decay, guiding it through complete darkness. Once it reaches the carcass, it begins the most bizarre feeding method in the animal kingdom. It burrows. Yes, it burrows inside using a set of tooth-like rasps in its mouth. The hagfish pierces the flesh of its victim and slowly pulls itself inside the body cavity. Its entire body can fit into a single opening. Once inside, it begins to consume the animal from the inside out. Imagine a creature without jaws tearing flesh and organ tissue while wrapped in its own soft, boneless body. The process is slow, methodical, and shocking. Every bite is aided by the hagfish's incredible flexibility and its ability to tie itself into knots for leverage. This knotting behavior is more than just a cleaning tool or a defensive trick, it is essential for feeding. By forming a knot near its head and sliding it backward along its body, the hagfish generates the force needed to tear chunks of flesh. It's a skill no other animal possesses, and the hagfish does all this without ever exposing itself to predators more than necessary. Most of its body remains hidden inside the carcass while it slowly devours its meal. Even in the dangerous deep-sea environment, it remains safe, hidden, and perfectly adapted. But here's the part that shocks scientists the most: the hagfish can eat almost anything. Dead whales, giant fish, even tiny invertebrates. Nothing is off-limits. It can survive weeks, even months, without food, and then gorge itself on a single carcass, consuming what would seem impossible for its size. And yet, its feeding is just one part of its survival strategy. While inside the carcass, it can still release slime if threatened. It can tie itself into knots, scrape off excess slime, and escape predators that would devour nearly any other scavenger. This combination of abilities, slime, knotting, and inside-out feeding, makes the hagfish one of the most unstoppable creatures in the deep. It is not fast, it does not fight, and it is almost entirely defenseless, yet it thrives in one of the most dangerous places on Earth. The hagfish's method of eating may seem grotesque, even horrifying, but it is a perfect example of evolution finding a unique solution. No jaws? No problem. No speed? No problem. No armor? No problem. It is a creature that turns vulnerability into advantage, using strategies no other animal has even imagined. And just when you think the hagfish couldn't get any stranger, you'll discover its ability to survive extreme conditions, including low oxygen, crushing pressure, and near freezing temperatures that would kill almost any other animal alive. You've seen the hagfish tie itself into knots, slime predators, and eat carcasses from the inside out, but there's one secret that makes this creature almost untouchable: its ability to survive conditions that would instantly kill almost any other animal on Earth. The deep sea is a place of extremes. The pressure is so intense it could crush steel, the temperature hovers just above freezing, oxygen is scarce, and food is rare. Most creatures can survive only a few hours under these conditions. The hagfish? It thrives when oxygen levels drop dangerously low. The hagfish slows its metabolism to near zero. It can survive for hours, even days, in conditions that would suffocate most other animals. Its skin, highly permeable, allows it to absorb oxygen directly from the water, bypassing gills almost entirely. It's like having an invisible life support system built into its body. The cold doesn't stop it either. The hagfish is designed to endure near freezing temperatures. Its enzymes and cells function perfectly in the deep ocean's icy waters, allowing it to move, feed, and defend itself without slowing down. Pressure is its ally, not its enemy. Without rigid bones or a solid skeleton, the hagfish's soft, flexible body withstands the crushing force of thousands of feet of water above. It can squeeze into narrow crevices, hide in carcasses, and escape predators in ways no other animal can. And hunger? The hagfish can go weeks, even months, without food. When it finally finds a carcass, it consumes vast amounts in a single feeding session, storing energy for the next long period of scarcity. Every survival skill of the hagfish works together: slime to deter predators, knotting for leverage, and cleaning. Inside-out feeding for efficient energy use, extreme tolerance to pressure, cold, and low oxygen. It's a creature designed not for speed or aggression, but for absolute endurance. A creature that can outlast, outwit, and outlive almost everything else in its environment. This is why scientists call the hagfish an ancient survivor. It has existed for hundreds of millions of years, outlasting species, entire ecosystems, and catastrophic changes in the ocean. It is evolution's perfect example that survival isn't always about strength or speed. Sometimes, it's about adaptation, resilience, and ingenuity. And yet, despite all of this, the hagfish remains mysterious. Most of its life happens in darkness, far below where humans can follow. We know its abilities, but we have only glimpsed its full potential. And just when you think the hagfish couldn't get any stranger, you will witness the creature's ultimate weapon in action: the slime that can suffocate a predator and the knotting trick that makes it almost untouchable. Prepare to see evolution's most bizarre defense up close. By now, you might think you've seen everything the hagfish can do. You've seen it survive without bones. You've seen it tie itself into knots. You've seen it burrow into dead animals and eat them from the inside out. But there's one ability that pushes the hagfish even further into the realm of the unbelievable: its slime as a weapon and survival tool. The hagfish produces more than just a defense mechanism. It produces a living, self-expanding substance that can transform its surroundings in seconds. A single hagfish has tiny slime glands lining its body. When threatened, these glands eject threads and mucus that instantly expand in water, forming a thick, sticky, fibrous cloud. It's enough to choke, trap, and confuse even the largest predators in the ocean. But what makes it truly remarkable is the scale and efficiency. The slime is light but incredibly strong, with fibers that are tougher than steel for their size. This is why scientists study it as a model for bioengineering, from biodegradable plastics to medical applications, because it combines strength, flexibility, and speed in a way that no man-made material can match. Even the hagfish itself faces a challenge: too much slime, and it could suffocate in its own creation, but it has a solution that is as elegant as it is shocking. Knotting. It ties its body into a knot and slides it along itself, scraping the excess slime away. This simple motion allows the hagfish to remain clean, free, and mobile, even after unleashing liters of sticky fibers. The slime also serves as a deterrent far beyond just a predator's mouth. When a hagfish senses danger in the surrounding water, it releases small amounts to create a slippery, sticky barrier. Larger predators are forced to retreat, confused and frustrated, while the hagfish slowly escapes. But there's something even stranger. The hagfish's slime isn't just a passive defense. It can be weaponized strategically. Some scientists report that hagfish will release slime not just when attacked, but as a way to claim territory or scare off competitors, creating a small no-go zone around themselves in the deep sea. In every sense, the hagfish turns a simple secretion into a multifaceted survival strategy. Slime is defense, slime is offense, slime is camouflage, slime is life itself. No other creature on Earth has this combination of biology, behavior, and pure ingenuity. It is a living, moving, unstoppable slime machine, a creature that makes the impossible look effortless. And just when you think the hagfish has revealed all its secrets, in Part 6, you will discover its otherworldly survival skills, including how it can live without oxygen for hours, endure crushing deep-sea pressure, and survive extreme conditions that would instantly kill nearly any other creature on Earth. By now, you've seen the hagfish tie itself into knots, slime its predators, and eat carcasses from the inside out. You've seen it survive where most animals would fail, but the deep ocean still holds secrets about this creature that push the boundaries of what we think is possible. The hagfish is not just bizarre, it is almost invincible in the environment it calls home. In the crushing darkness of the deep sea, oxygen is scarce. Most animals cannot survive for more than a few minutes under extreme low oxygen conditions. The hagfish, it has adapted to thrive. It can slow its metabolism to near zero, surviving hours without breathing like most creatures need to. Its body absorbs oxygen directly through its skin. No lungs, no gills, just a living, breathing layer of skin that keeps it alive when almost everything else would perish. Pressure is another killer. At thousands of feet below the surface, water pressure can crush a human like paper, yet the hagfish's soft, flexible body allows it to withstand this pressure effortlessly. No bones to break, no rigid structure to snap. It moves freely in the deep, surviving a force that would flatten nearly any other animal on Earth. Temperature is yet another challenge. The deep sea hovers just above freezing, metabolic rates slow. Energy runs low, yet the hagfish endures. It does not freeze. It does not starve. It simply adapts and continues its work as the ocean's ultimate recycler. Every adaptation it has, slime, knotting, inside-out feeding, extreme endurance, works together to create a perfect survival machine. A creature that has existed for hundreds of millions of years without significant change. While predators come and go, ecosystems rise and collapse, the hagfish remains unchanged. Unstoppable. Almost alien in its perfection, some call it a living fossil. But the hagfish is far more than that. It is a master of survival. A creature whose abilities seem to defy logic. Its slime could suffocate a shark, its knots give it the strength to tear flesh without bones, its metabolism allows it to outlast starvation, its skin absorbs oxygen when gills fail, and yet, despite all this power, it is still one of the most overlooked creatures on the planet, small, soft, and seemingly defenseless, until you see it in action. The hagfish is a reminder that evolution does not always favor strength, speed, or size. Sometimes, it favors ingenuity, sometimes, it favors adaptability, sometimes, it favors the creature that seems weakest, but is, in reality, unkillable. The hagfish is not just a survivor, it is the ultimate survivor. A jawless, boneless, slime producing, not tying, inside out eating creature that has conquered the deep sea for hundreds of millions of years, and yet, in the endless darkness of the ocean, it quietly continues. Perfect, untouchable, and almost otherworldly.